Good morning, everyone. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to a brand new week.
Music itself, you know.
Brand new day.
The sound.
Brand new month. Alright, hopefully we can find some chill playlists today. What's going on, Mac, Emmanuel, Drew, what's up? Farzo, Eddie, Bit Me Some, Christian Thomas, Jordy, Rhino, what's up? Good morning. Definitely not this music. Good morning, everyone. Alright, Discord, you guys hear me? Should be good, right? Should be good, should be good. So ready. Alright. Carl, what's up? Chat, let's get it going. We got do we have news today? I think we have some news today. Nope. We got no news today. I guess this is orange folders. Orange folders for what is this? Factory orders. That's about it though. Yeah, so I'm gonna lower my mic a little bit. All right, so yeah, you have that. Yeah, is my mic too loud? Let me know. Let me know if my mic's too loud or it's good. I feel it's a little loud coming out of my ear here. All right, so yeah, you have those folders there. You have nothing crazy going on, I think, for the week until Friday, right? Friday is gonna be NFP Friday. Friday is, hold on, tomorrow is ISM service PMI. Wednesday, you got nothing. Some orange folders. Thursday, nothing as well. Orange folders. Friday is when you have like that big folder, right? That couple red folders here, NFP, and then a couple oranges, followed by a couple of yellow folders. So yeah, that is what you got going on for the week. So let's hop into the charts and see what it is that we could do today. It looks like there's a little bit of volume here, so that's good. I think he has some nice volume from the markets from Friday that started picking up on Thursday. That leads into Sunday opening. That gave you a nice pre-NY push. So that's not a bad thing. Well, maybe it is because, well, hold on, what time did you stop moving at? You got to push at 6. The time is at 8. So there's been a 2-hour gap already. Okay, that's not bad then. It means NY can still pick up here for the session. But yeah, usually when you move a little earlier before NY, you know there's like a little gap before you get more volume. But I think 2 hours has passed since you last had that move, so that's NY could come between now and 9, I'll say. But yeah, some nice volume here coming in. Where's my zoom annotations? Right here. Yeah, so yeah, some nice volume coming in here. I think when it comes to like structure, we're still trying to figure out whether we have enough structure to continue down yet, because just a little refresher of the higher time frame, we're still like somewhat bearish here, especially on the monthly. Still coming down bearish, and this is like, this could be your lower highs right here, right? Your lower highs here, or like yeah, just structure or liquidity in general. So as you have those zones marked up or there, this could literally come back down or retest the lows, right? And if it does, then you're just kind of following the same structure pattern, which is just like lower highs to make lower lows. But at the same time, if you look at it from the opposite end, right? Obviously, all the time you're like bullish, right? But when you look at it from just like here, you're also bullish from here since you last came down. So you're probably wondering, well, can't this be a higher low as well, right? So yeah, it definitely could be a higher low here to continue up as well. So that's why it's like a range. That's what you call it, range, because these ranges is what it's gonna decide where price wants to go. And then once price decides that, price will make a lot more sense, and usually you get a lot more direction in the markets, and you have a side, right? But for the last, I think since maybe like April, you've just been ranging, right, in this range. So you're breaking out to lows a little bit right here, which is good. You can even see up close to, on a small time frame, there's like lower highs, and then there's like more lower highs coming down, right? So if that continues, then if you continue to hold this yellow zone, then I don't see why this wouldn't be the lower high for us to make our way down, which means that this overall is gonna continue that same trend. I think when it comes to the monthly, you also got a wick fill as well, right? And last month's kind of closed more so of leg candle, but the month prior you still have that wick fill, and you're still within the ranges from, I'll say, here to like here, right? That's still the range that you're sitting in. So us coming down won't really change much, right? Because if you come down to fill that wick because it's a bearish candle like this, it's not going to change much. You're still within the ranges, right? Although the higher time frame, or the smaller time frame, the 4 that we just came from, that will show you that you are also coming down to retest the lows again, right? And that's what that is. So this zone right here is going to be that same area in the monthly, right? That's the monthly wick fill. You see how that like kind of lines up? So if we start showing signs that, okay, some nice lower highs on a smaller time frame, then that could slowly take you down towards this boundary range here, and then eventually the wick fill, which is just the monthly wick, right? Is that going to be directional? I mean, yeah, you have a lot of range to come down towards that area. That's like a 4,000 pit range here, right? 40,000 point range, so 4,000 pit range. So you have range to come down towards there, right? And that's the monthly. question is like, is it gonna come down there? We don't know yet, right? So like lower time frame plays a key role here. When I mean lower time frame, I mean like maybe a daily and 4 in these cases, because these lower highs here are really gonna matter, right? So it's still too early to tell, but this is somewhat of a lower high here. So this is also very good information. And yeah, as the week goes on, I think the weekly is also, there's also a bullish leg candle here too. You can see that as that. So that's also the same wick fill area, right? So the higher time frame shows that there's a lot of signs to take you down towards that wick fill area to come down towards the low areas. It's just like how we're gonna get there is the question, right? Obviously NFP is weak as well, so hopefully it doesn't come down to that session and then we start showing signs prior, because then direction could come a lot earlier within the week. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at when it comes to like the higher time frame, right? So shifting to the small time frame, just understand that, put that in the back of your mind. When it comes down to these time frames, yeah, I think same thing here. This is the resistance that we're talking about on the 4 and the daily. Like this is the lower high that you're starting to create, right? So lower highs, not really so much of lower highs here, maybe here a little bit, like this area as a whole, maybe more lower highs here. So if you could continue to break below 45.25 today, I can see us coming down towards 45.75, this range here. You have, and then if you break below there, then you have the rest of the range. But I think this may be a little difficult to break, right? So let's go ahead and mark up that major zone that I'm looking at around here. Next, I think below there is gonna be important. So we can mark up zone down towards there because you have somewhat of clean traffic. That's still a 800 pip range, so that's a lot. Pull back first here. Is this the first pullback? No, this is the second. You pull back higher low ready for 160. We're breaking the highs. All right. I was gonna say we can take a wick entry right now, but yeah. So 44.89. That's like a pretty major zone. So I'll start off that. I'll put. Let's see. How far does it go? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, lots of struggle here. So I wouldn't put it as like, oh, like this zone is like heavy to a point where it's like impossible to break, but just be aware, like as you come down on price towards that zone, be aware that these zones are like it's a pretty heavy decision making zone, right? So at those levels, it's gonna likely just chill around, sit and wait until it figures out what it wants to do next, right? 44.89, and then if that continues to break and stay below 44.89, then you have continuation down. But if that holds, then you know you're still within the same ranges here between, well, I'm trying to find right now is 44.89, and then your resistance could be here. I think we'll leave it here, like 46.47. Yeah, like I put like 46.47, 46.47, and 44.89, right? So this is obviously one like massive range here for 1,500 pips. Obviously, we're not gonna wait for that to break out to look for anything. I think we can look for trades within this range, but just to mark up like and understand like what type of cycle you're in today, right? Understand that this is like still somewhat of a range cycle. So what's next is gonna be liquidity. Right, so you're in like a range transitioning to liquidity cycle that eventually will be directional. I don't think directional could be today, maybe, but you gotta get through the liquidity stage first, right? So if you understand that, you understand that there's really only two things that price can do today, or in general, maybe not today, but the next upcoming move, right? It could be today, it could be tomorrow, it could be for the week, but you gotta break below here or break above here first. Once you do so, that's like your liquidity. And then we'll find out where it wants to go afterwards, right? But it can literally come up for a fake out to continue down. One possible scenario. right? Minimum is just breaking this area. That's when you know you have liquidity. It can come up, hold, continue up. Again, two possibilities, right? Come down, come back into the range. This can be a fake out, right? This could be your liquidity to go back up. You can break out, hold, continue down, right? But you're not going to have any set of direction until you start tapping the yellow zones, right? This red zone is not directional. This red zone's a range. So understand like what part of the cycle we're in, and then your trades would be a lot more fluid to understand, because now you understand, okay, cool. If we're looking for liquidity next, you could be less reliant on the fact that you're going to get a breakout, and maybe you start looking for more wick entry ideas. So start maybe looking for wick entry sells right at the top of the ranges, or wick entry buys at the bottom of the ranges. Understand that the first breakout today could lead to a fake out. So again, wick entry buys 4489 could be a possible thing, right? Like at that major zone. So stuff like that you start putting together. Or even like this right here, I saw this, like this is like somewhat of a decent move coming down here from Friday, and market open came down as well, but it didn't really get too volatile maybe until like 6 a.m. this morning, right? This push down has been pretty like mid. Like I wouldn't consider this directional, right? Look how long it took to come down versus like how quick that move on Friday was, right? Like that Thursday, Friday move was a lot more volatile. So is there a high chance that this couldn't get corrected? For sure. But is it just going to come up within one motion? Probably not. So if it starts coming up, you get like a lower high right here or something. Let's say you come up towards here, there's no pullbacks. What are you expecting? You're expecting structure, right? Before coming up fully. So at those structure areas, since this is still bearish, there's no guarantee that it's going to come up. At the same time, if it does come up, you need structure. What can you start doing? You can start taking wick entry sells, right? 4600 down to retest the lows at 45, 74, etc. So then that could be your idea. From like here down towards here, that's a 270 pip range, right? So that's something you can take. So that's something we can actually start looking for, right? We can leave like 40, what is this? 45.96, 868. And then we could mark up ranges from the left, like I'll say 40, yeah, 45.95 should be pretty good here. Up at these zones, 45.95, and then wick entry sells. You can probably look to target like 45.77, right? You're not like going to be expecting like this. You could get that, but you want to use like, you want to utilize like zones on the way down, right? So like important key areas, like advantage points, we'll say. So like here could be something, here, like you mark up a bunch of minor zones, right? But you can see like after this, next like struggle arrow could be around here. So that could be enough of a range to grab. And that's going to be 108 pip range, right? So it's not bad at all. 150 pip range. So that could be an idea. Obviously you want it to come up without pulling back, right? You don't want to see structure. The more structure you have, the more you're gonna have to either keep removing this zone, move it up further up because you're gonna make a steeper lower high, or eventually gets to a point where you can't even take the wick entries because it just starts breaking structure, right? So for me, I think that's more so above here. If we start making our way above like 46.30, then at that point it breaks structure. Wick entry sells could be a little less invalid or a little less valid, and you probably want to look for potential directions, right? But yeah, I'll say that's what I have for now. So yeah, just understand that you're in like this range / liquidity cycle. It should lead to giving you, I think, let's see, if you open our playbook up, I'm pretty sure that's gonna be breakouts and fakeouts, when I remember. Higher time frame range and a small time frame liquidity, right? So that's gonna give you like breakouts and fakeouts within this range here. Yeah. Wait for liquidity and closure back into range. Remember high time from direction. So yeah, that's it. I think this is also, let me mark it up here real quick. 46.47. That's up here. 46.47. 44.89. It's down here. $44.89, and then this is $45.95. Three zones. Yeah, so 45.95 is also like the rebreak of the 4 highs again too, which you still got 30 minutes left in. So yeah, then you got anyone to see. But yeah, that's pretty much it, chat. Just like general ideas right now could maybe just be like wick entry sells, and then we'll see what happens after. Cool. And I think as the session goes on, we'll have like more ideas that pop up too. I think this is a pretty decent rejection so far. How far was that? 150 pips away. It's already rejected 130. What's up, Benzim? Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what occurs. What will be stops if we get wick entry sells around 45.95. 47.75 would be stops if we get wick entry sells. 47.75. I think a little higher. Or yeah, 47.76. Actually, yeah, I think that right there, 47.76 basically. Yeah, you're right on. You're off by 10 pips, but basically that zone. It's not bad.
Who forgot to reincarnate.
Hopefully like a breakout or something today, but or like hopefully early volume. I think you've had early volume on last Thursday and Friday, so maybe I can move on to this week too. You said 5-minute leg right there. Where's that? Down here? Oh, that's a 15. Yeah, there's a lead too. That is a lead candle. That's 180 pips too.
It's Paul Re-
Five's also a leg candle. I mean, the 2 candles ago. Yeah, that one too. Please don't flip here. If this flips here, man. I mean, there has been struggles here in the past. So maybe you can hold until 9. I mean, if it flips bearish, there's also a high chance that one can close leg candle too. It can close like bearish, looking like this. Like this. All right, and you don't want it to close like that. I mean, it won't be too bad, but it's just like, you know, for you to come up, it might require a lot more of a push then. It goes from being like 250, 200 to being like maybe 400, 500, right? It's just a bit more time involved to get that push up. So that might take you to like 10. So hopefully not. Spreads are like non-existent here too. Non-existent spreads. Pretty cool, pretty cool.
floating in from the 5th dimension. Hi, I'm Paul Remus.
I don't really like this playlist here. What else we got? You said there's also another leg candle on the 1 and the 4 from 31st of March. 31st of March. Yeah, I guess it's one too. This one here got filled already. This one here, yeah, I think the body might be a little too big, but I think still treat it like one. You ever got a body reaction too off of this area? So like kind of body reaction that re-breaks, and yeah. What was our target today? 44.89, right? Oh, perfect. That's a leg candle fill. True. True, true, true. Very true. True, 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 true. Very nice. Hey chat, are we alive today? You guys like getting your coffee or something? Damn. Lonely ass stream. How am I streaming to 150 people right now? Ain't no way. These gobby bots. Let's do a bot test. Anyone here actually in here? Okay. Bank holiday in the UK. What day is it in the UK? What do you guys got? Of May Day? Interesting. Yeah, I think Euro and people in the JPY and people in the CNY have banks holiday. Euro and AI. Yeah, man, it's Monday morning. I don't blame you. But you gotta get your day started though. You gotta get your day started before Monday. London has some volume. Yeah, London looked pretty, or late London looked pretty good. Late London. Y'all watch that F1 race? It might be Kimmy's year, huh? Or maybe Max is like trying to wait until there's a bigger point gap before he starts like ripping. Max might be done though. The max save. Yeah, the max is insane. But I can't pull it up here. I guess we can't watch it. Damn. Have I been to the Grand Prix? No, I didn't. I haven't. I almost went to the Montreal one. Oh, maybe I might go to IMSA this summer. Damn. Kentucky Derby. Well, when was the Kentucky Derby? Yesterday? I know nothing about Kentucky Derby. Not yet, though. You like F1? Yeah, I like F1. Just I like I wish like every car I was like the same though. Like I wish everyone had the same car and it just comes down to pure skill. I guess that's more a bit of like IMSA racing or just like GT3 racing or any other type of racing. But F1's cool though. Like it's It's cool to see like a team come from the bottom to back to the top, or build to the top. It's also about the engineering. Yeah, I don't know much about the engineering side to F1. Like, I have an idea of like how do I say it? Like who runs whose engine. I have a sense of idea, but I don't know much about the engineering part. Yeah, where's Bossman at CEO? I thought he was gonna be in here early telling me about the Montreal Canadiens and how Montreal beat Tampa in Game 7. I was waiting for it. You said Max is the best driver out there. Chat, when it comes down to skill, who you think top 2 drivers pure skill in F1 right now? I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna put Max. I'm gonna put Carlos Sainz. Who's my third? I would say a lot. Who's my third? Max, Carlos Sainz. I don't know if I have a third. Yeah, I don't know if I think I'll put Sainz though. Thanks, Pencil. Got me racing the F4s. We put Max, Lewis, Charles. I'm surprised. I'm surprised you wouldn't put Alonso. I'm gonna subscribe for the premium because I want to learn how to be a profit trader, but I was wondering, do I need to download Discord, follow you there, or is it just YouTube? Which one, Divasol 1 or Divasol 2? Well, yeah, Divasol 1 and Divasol 2, you both need Discord. So yeah, you're gonna have to download Discord. If you're new to it, it's not too complicated. I think the only part that might be complicated is just like getting into the Discord and then looking for the verified check to check yourself in. But once you do that stuff, The channels are right there. And also, yeah, we're you get invited to the channel, and the channel only has like one chat open anyways. It's just a private chat, so there's not too many channels. Because the community Discord, we're opening a separate channel. So yeah, should be pretty straightforward. You think Alonzo would be your fourth? You put George? I'm sorry, I like George kind of. I used to not like George. George is a douchebag. George is like funny though. Like he's like, I don't know, he's not funny, but he's like funny. Where's a good sell zone? I have 45.95 wick entry sells as of right now, but as of right now, 8:47 a.m. with these conditions. I want to see if that would that's gonna change throughout the session. So yeah, we're just waiting still. And it's a wick entry sell. If you want directional sells, I think better off below like 45.28 down towards 44.89. That might be a better idea if you want direction. I just don't know if it's gonna make its way down from here yet. So whatever's happening here is basically a no trade range for me right now. Canadian GP, maybe it's in June, right? I don't know, if I gotta go orange julep. No, it's on May 24th, the next one. Oh, got some volume here. Can we get a push before 9? Push before 9 would be nice, because then it's like early volume, early in session. Chat, did anyone trade Asian last night? Asian or London? I didn't want to trade that 6 a.m. move. This one right here. It was pretty nice. The one at 6 a.m. coming down to 6:20. It's pretty nice push. Like 470 pips. Sin Chow, what's up, man? Do you like Ferrari cars? Yeah, I want to. I've driven the I sim raced the what's it called? The 296. And I wanna F8. Y'all hear this beat? Wait, P911. You have a 911, right? Is today bank holiday? If you're in the UK, I mean UK markets, yeah. USD are good. It's just the UK markets. UK, the Japanese market, and Chinese markets. Sound like oh, chat, we're making our way up here. You are 190 pips away. And 2.2. I was gonna get instead of the R8 before, I was gonna get the I think it was a 992.1. GC3RS. It was like the older model though. I think if I were to do it again, I think I would have just got my dream car as a kid, which would have been I think a Dodge Viper. Imagine a Dodge Viper. Broke my rule immediately upon waking up. Why? What'd you do? You took buys 2 minutes after waking up. Holy. Bro, you just woke up. How you gonna take a trade 2 minutes in? I mean, I know those ones though. You wake up and you're just like, damn, these looking good. Let me just take a position. You know, it looks good because you're half asleep. So. It was my dream car. I don't think Mario was my dream car. No. I think I'm like my dream car probably like a Aston Martin Valkyrie or something. I don't know. A lot of cars are having experience. So I don't really have a dream car. I just want to experience different cars, you know. But I think I'm much more open now to different types of cars. Compared to when I first got into cars. Fiat 126, yep. I told you, bro, when we hit that milli, we're gonna get that Fiat 126p for you, man. We're gonna start for the 1 million video, we're gonna drift in the Fiat 126p. Hey, Russia Dodge Viper, CR pen oil? No. That's the universe telling me, you see moron, should have followed your rules, you should enter 2 minutes. True. I mean, he's got a, I don't know, I used to wake up 2 minutes in, take a trade. and go right back to bed if you're not in drawdown. It's not the greatest practice though. Like, I don't remember the last time I ever traded though that I wasn't at my desk. Like I don't market X on mobile. I used to, right? I used to market X on mobile, but now it's like if I'm not sitting at my desk, and it's like I'm not prepared to trade, I usually try not to trade. Oh, I need a V series. The Escalade V. Escalade V is crazy. I want an Escalade V. Number 7 times on my phone on my computer skills. You try it out. Try a computer out. Try a computer out for a week. See if you improve. It's like it puts you in a different trading space compared to your phone. It just feels like you're more like alert and aware compared to when you're just on your phone. You could be out having dinner mid convo. You enter a trade randomly just because the person in front of you just told you to buy or something, right? And next thing you know, like half the dinner you're over here sitting in drawdown and can't enjoy dinner no more. So I just hated doing that. Unless we're going to like 30 hours of drawdown, then you have no choice. The whole day is cooked. The Hummer, yeah, but I don't think I want a Hummer no more. Maybe the older Hummers, yeah. Hey, 1 minute for a 1 hour opening here, guys. 4 hour opening and a 1 hour opening. So luckily, no 1 hour leg candle, no 4 hour leg candle. Weak bullish, weak bearish on the 4 and bullish on the 1. So we can start off by coming up first. That'd be nice. Like if you can get a 1 hour top wick, boom. Tap into these ranges, wick entry sells off the bat. I mean, it's gotta be like a 210 pip push up for us to get something or so. Maybe that is possible. Is there anything else I'm missing on the way up? Why do I have 45.95? This could be a lower high here too. You never know, right? Like these two highs that you just made, it came up twice, held it. So we'll find out if that's a lower high if you start to, I think, break below here. That's gonna be important. This wick. So if you can break below here, pull back again, that's gonna be another lower high. And then start to re-break the lows. Maybe below here could be ideas. Continuations. This is a pretty strong opening, right? This is 94 pip opening on the first minute here. So 1-2 pop correction of this entire range here. That's very good. But yeah, still far. Like yeah, push quite a bit. This is also a higher low too, so a little more structure now, right? Higher lows, this can easily like still flip bullish as well. find out here. What was it again? It was below here. 150. 4 hours bearish too. I think the only thing about the 4 is just the top wick, right? Like, so once we establish that top wick, it should be pretty set. We just don't know if it's gonna be before the break of highs, or if you're gonna break the highs and create a steeper high, right? It's still the very beginning of the opening here. This thing's on, right? Yo, who's Luca? How come you always say Luca? Copyright free bangers. You know what I could play? I think I can play classical. Yeah, y'all want classical? I think classical is copyright free if it's like a much older song. Maybe it might be a little too much. All right. When was our last trade? Last Wednesday? Wednesday, I think, right? Twenty-ninth. 5 days ago. Yeah, it's Wednesday. So maybe we'll get the sells in the same spot. Who knows? The re-break of lows below 24, taking you down towards here. I think this is a wick entry buy though that we had. Okay, 1 hour reflip and bullish. Is it gonna fill this 1 hour wick now? I'm scared. What is this? You took the wick entry buy? You took a wick entry buy right here? My favorite AI you sent today? Yeah, I think I like the F4 one. Good morning, chat. What's up, Price? Oh, I didn't make my withdrawal yet. I keep forgetting. I gotta make that today. My $40 withdrawal for the month of what was it? The month of April. What did I forget? Trace taken? You must have forgotten. Took the wick entry buy. TP was 4-hour flip. That's a good buy to anticipate the 4-hour flip. First thing price did was open up bottom wick. I think that's pretty good. I think you and Vino took that. So yeah, that's good. Some good positions. 2 people took the same positions. So now could we make our way up here? I wonder if there's another zone I could use here, because I don't know what are the odds of reaching 94 in the first pump. I think if you pump up towards it, you're gonna reject that earlier area. And I'm looking at approximately 45.83. What was I looking at? 83? Yeah, 83. 83.99 to re-break the previous kind of high. Next comes 94, right? But if there's a 100 drawdown, 100 drawdown. I think there's a higher chance you have, because this will still be considered the first push today of the day, and this is coming up pretty slow, so you can reject an earlier zone instead of like the 94 zone. And this is only 100 pips away, so let's see. Maybe, could be. You do 30% of profits over the initial balance withdraw. Profits only. So whatever profit I made for that month, I withdraw 30% of that month's profit. So yeah, if I made $1,000, I'm gonna withdraw $300 that month. Should I get ready here? 83. What are stops gonna be here is the question. I think we said earlier somewhere up here, right? So I think stops at like 19. Or you know what? We can probably have 15 here. Maybe we could use this 1500 pip stops. And then management above like 67, 46.47, which is 650. So 1500 pips, I think that's 0.07. So let's see. Could we make our way up towards 83 here? Yeah, I'll push 100 more pips. We don't know if it is, right? So we don't want to anticipate the sells early. We know that that's a zone that it could reject off of. And if you continue to create structure up, so if it's not just one constant push, let's say it comes up towards here, pulls back, it re-breaks, we can't take the same sell area anymore because there's structure, which means that we're gonna have to move that zone up higher, and your next zone after that becomes, I think, 89, 91, and then after that becomes 94, and then that could be the wick entry sell zone, right? In those areas. But if it comes straight up from here, then A3 will be valid. So that's how we'll utilize the wick entry ideas. And I think TP is only going to be like here. It's like a 94 pip TP if you get a wick entry. Can you stay with us until we make a trade? Until you make a trade? Well, I'm staying here until my session's done. If we get a trade or not, I'll be off at 11 probably. Sounds like some Tim Burton shit. Yeah, I see Drake in the city. Yeah, I saw the video. I didn't see it in real life. I saw the video. The one where he was in front of the truck, and then there's the one where he was in front of some graves. This is a pretty heavy rejection. 100 pip rejection. Let's see. So it looks like, I don't know if we can use the A3 anymore because that was a pretty heavy pullback. So let's move that up again to 94. Maybe a little lower. Right here should be about right. 91.64. Because that's a higher low, right? And that right there. Not so much about the pips, but just the idea of it. It's still a higher low. So if you come back up, it'll look more like that. So yeah, more. So yeah, you probably want to aim towards 85 to 91 in that area. So you want to let this area clear. If it does. Um, 2 hours a day, that's perfect. Yeah, we'll be from 8 to 11, so like roughly 3 hours my session. 45.83 sale to hopefully 45.19, or is your wick entry an upward motion? The wick entry would count as a downwards motion because it's a lower high that we're anticipating to come back down, or to create a higher low before going up. I wouldn't say upward motion though. I think it's more so just like we're expecting this, and if you come up, then you're expecting this to go up or to retest the lows, right? But you'll get that reaction. So more so the downside. I don't think bullish for me until maybe 4.7, 4.6, 4.7 above there. And even that, like that's the first breakout. So we gotta see it holding all of that, right? It might even be a fake out still. $45.83 sale though to hopefully 45.19. Yeah, 83 is over up here. Yeah, a little above the highs. 45.19. I'm assuming it's right around here. Yeah, could be. I'm only gonna target I think the next minor range though, so it's like roughly here at most. And maybe you can trail runners if you want to attempt like a little steeper, but just be aware of like the zones on the way down, right? Here, here, and here, you'll be alright. So just trail and profit BE minimum. What days a week have been your best days? I think we did this on Friday's stream. I think my best days are shows. I don't know. What are my best days? I guess the most profit we've made was on Thursdays. But Thursday also our least positions. Yeah, I guess Thursday, and then Friday, then Wednesday, then Tuesday, then Monday. Damn, we rarely ever lost on the Monday. We only lost $6 on the Monday total. Yo, you don't even need Forex factory anymore. You used to have to connect that. Now you can just look at it through here. And this is way easier. You can percentages here too. It shows all your percentages. My buys went BE, then price rejected heavy, so I went for sells for 60. Damn, right in after the other one, huh? This is Zelda? That's not a good sign. Isn't this copyright free? Yeah. How to have summary like that? Yeah, you gotta go on your MT5 and then go to reports. You can even do it on mobile. On mobile, here, follow my lead. On mobile, open up your MT5 right now. Everyone got the MT5 open. Go in history. Done. Go on top right. Oh, this is iPhone, by the way. History. Top right. Click on the clock. Go to custom, and put like, I don't know, years prior. Like I put 2022 till today. Go on create, or whenever before you started. Go on create trade report, and then boom, right there you got all of your, you now have all of your stats. It shows summary. It shows exactly how it will look on the desktop that I just showed you, but on mobile. I think Android has it too, but I don't know how to use that. I don't know how that works over there. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Or you go on desktop over here, go and view reports, and then boom, you got your results. Average trades per week 3, right on. %, xauusd. Look at the drawdown, right? That's DD. Let's see if you make your way up here, or is it gonna come down? I think I can make a better beat on a FL, huh? Chat, if you guys are enjoying the stream, I know it's been a sleeper one, but hit the like button. We got 223 people here. Before 9:30. Maybe 400 today. Yo, 48 likes. Can we get to 100? 100 likes. Is that going to be doable? We have 49. Maybe 50. Kentucky Derby? No, I can't keep up Kentucky Derby yet. Oh, did I say Forex Factory? Oh, I meant FX book. Yeah, FX book. You don't need my FX book anymore to link your stats. Why no FX book? No, I'm saying like you don't need to link it anymore when you can look at your stats through the actual MetaTrader. With this stuff, okay, it gives you the same info. Remember back in the day, they'll be like, "Yo, so where's your FX book?" Nowadays, they ask for, "Yo, how many payouts you got?" It's crazy. That's the new verified trader stat right there. You don't even need a my FX book anymore. You just need a payout. And if you have 2 payouts, man, you are certified. Oh, there he is. Bossman CEO. Yes, I know. The Montreal Canadiens made it to the second round. Yes. I can feel it. That's what I was waiting for. I'm happy for you, man. It's just you and who else is Canadian on that in the playoffs right now? It's just Montreal, right? So I'm the best streamer. What's the best confirmation in terms of candlestick pattern to use for confirming reversal? Or is there no other way? Is there no way only to let it play out? To get a confirmation of reversal? I think first you gotta know what reversal is. Or how do I put this into right words? I don't think there's like a single candle that will determine a reversal. I think there's a bunch of stuff that needs to align as well, like where you are in structure. Like if you're just like kind of, let's say, moving up here, right? Like when you're just pushing up, and let's say you're in a range, right? Like let's say you here, like, is there a chance that in this area where you are there can be a reversal? Yeah, right? Why? Because you're kind of already coming down here, and then this could be a lower high, kind of like what we have in today's conditions. And then you can assume that, okay, this could be a lower high, and this can be a start of reversal. You just don't know where, right? Like you can mark up like a zone, like a minor form resistance. Let's say like you have something going across like here, right? So at this area you can look for ideas for reversal, but like I wouldn't look for a reversal here. I think what I look for here is just like understand that this could be an area where you can create a higher low to still continue up, or this can be an area where you can reject. Given those two options, you're gonna get a minor reaction. So like instead of like expecting a reversal, I'm just gonna expect that this is a zone where you'll get a higher low at, because that higher low can still take you up, right? Because this can easily break structure. This could still be making higher lows, higher lows, higher lows to continue up. It's still a thing, right? So I wouldn't look for a reversal. I'll look for a reaction, because that's the next step, right? But I guess what you're asking is like, how do you know if it's gonna come down? I usually wouldn't know. I wouldn't be able to tell. I think if it were to come down and start breaking below these areas, then I'll be like, okay, cool. We can look for sells now, because now you broke below, you create lower highs, and then now you have a strong directional push. So I'll look for continuation. So like looking for reversals isn't really part of my trading plan. Like I don't really have ideas to be part of like the very top or very bottom of the trend and try to like hold for the reversal, because a lot of times it's just too much predicting involved. Like how would we know whether like at that area it's gonna be a lower high, right? Or at that area it's gonna, like, maybe it didn't come back down. Maybe at this area it just rejects, creates a higher low, and it continues to push up, right? This can be the start of a correction for this trend. Maybe because this trend coming down was very weak, like how it was throughout the day. So maybe when you come up, it could be a 1-2 pop. Like there's a lot of things to consider. But I think when it comes to the way I trade, I don't try to look for reversals. No, I look for even when we look for wick entries, it's just like a first initial reaction, right? Like if we had a wick entry ideas earlier at like 8.4, our TP would have only been like right here, right? Because if you were to come up, you can do this, right? This would be nice, right? If you get a runner like that. But usually like I'll wait for like a higher low, and then after the higher low, you can still come up. But at least you know that this move will occur, so you can take advantage of that move. You don't need to like take advantage of this move and hope to take advantage of the rest. If you trail and profit, it could be very doable, but as long as you have your management in place, right? Prior to entering, this is up to price. All right, so you're coming down pretty heavy here. What time is it? 9:30 NYC open. This is pretty good volume. So I'll say let this break the lows here. I wonder if we can treat this as like an invisible candle here. So now we can actually start putting more things together, because now you have more info. Remember these lower highs here we're looking at earlier? You came up, you made another one from 9 to 9:30. So 3 lower highs holding that zone. You can still get a flip here. So I do want to see a pullback if you can break below 40 or 50. And I wonder if this is also going to be an invisible candle, because let's see. It looks like you have something like this. Yeah, I think a lower high before you come down, or if you can get a lower high into these areas, that'd be nice. Or I'll put something like this here. I'm gonna remove this. If you can get a lower high there, or you can break these lows and then pull back. But either way, you need a pullback, because if that's your invisible candle, you might still need top wicks, right? So that's the idea of waiting for these top wicks here. See, if I draw the invisible candle, you'll see a lot better. Y'all like, goofy ass invisible candle. What you mean invisible candle, Don? Like, there's no invisible candle. There's a fucking candle. All right. Well, look. So you have this here, right? This is your range. You likely will need a top wick. So you got one. You got a top wick here. So now let's see if that can flip. And if that flips, I don't think we're taking the breakout lows. Definitely not. But we'll wait for price to break below this wick. I think this is gonna be important. If you can break below here, like that. So let's say it pushes down, breaks through. You want to see a pullback, and then the second rebreak. I think that's when this can actually give you a drive and a confirmation of a drive, because this is really going to be clean traffic coming down towards 45.15, but you just need top wicks, right? And with the way things are looking right now too, if you do come up to break above here, then you can get a steeper top wick, and then that could be your wick entry. Right, and I think earlier we were looking at between 86 and 91 for wick entry sells. So that's still a possibility. Y'all got it? But look, you're coming up towards the blue zone here, right? So if you can tap that, that'll be sweet before getting a reflip. Otherwise, you gotta wait a little longer here. This quarter when? Friday. Friday. This score when the halves win. Sup FGT. So let's see if we can get this push here. You know, I know why it's called copyright free music, man, because this shit is so ass that they can't monetize it. So they play you the shitty stuff. I've been trying to find a playlist for copyright music for like years, and every time I can't find one anymore, I just go back to playing copyright music until I get like a strike. But I already have one strike on this channel, so I don't want to get another strike. Another strike is gonna be a 30-day ban. That's a long time, man. So can't risk it. I just don't know why they're so strict compared to Twitch though. This is nice. 30-minute open up, or 1 hour open up here. You can see right here, like there's some zones right here being held, and you're trying to figure out if this is the lower highs, right? So lower highs here could be a thing. If that's a lower high, if that continues to hold that zone, then this candle here opened up, bottom wick first, top wick you got. So if you re-break the lows, what basically just happened was you came down, came back up, you re-break, yeah, one more pullback, and then below there, that's your sell idea, right? But the second re-break at lows, you want to let that dry first. So a lot of people would be tempted to take a sell right there. Be a bit cautious. Wait for that to break to confirm volume, and then you need another lower high, and then that could be like a directional sell that we can finally have. Because I think the wick entry sell isn't gonna be a directional sell, right? It's just kind of like a wick entry sell for higher low purposes or lower low purposes. But if you get that, that's more directional. A radio station? Nah, I don't think that'll work. That's gonna be Universal going. No, that's their shit. That's not gonna work. What was the game plan today? Just waiting for this range to break out here, really, right now, and then more volume to come in, same as usual. I think there could be a trade though before 10. Still a lot of time and a lot of volume here. How about jazz, yo? Oh, this is way better. This is way better. Who is that? Hit him up. That better not be no like platinum triple X artist or something, man. Tell me hit up. What confirms a break to you? A wick below or body candle closure below? I think a body closure. So I guess in this case. Yeah, let's say in this case, this is your range. I'll say like a closure. Below will be a breakout, but not all breakups can be taken. If you get a breakout like this, I think you still need a top wick. So if you get a top wick and then you break the lows, then yeah, that would be a breakout. But yeah, usually a breakout side of the range would be a closure, because you can wick stuff and still come back up. Like the amount of times that we've seen like come all the way like this, and then 10 minutes left to the candle, next thing you know, it looks like this. It's like, how did that even happen, right? So yeah, closures would indicate a breakout. Going back to the basics. All right, cool, Greg. I'm gonna search up. I'm gonna save that and see. Greg's hero. That would be lots and stops for the sells if you got them on the lower rebreaks. Good idea. Maybe the same one actually. 1970, 1900 pips probably. So 47, 44. I think I'll use the same one. This is like that music they play at those trading lounges. Like y'all ever seen those pictures of like those like trading coffee lounges? This is exactly how I picture it. What else is there? What other genre is there for copyright? Not bad. Feels cozy in here. Yeah, I need a, if I could put a fireplace back there. And these conditions. It's about to be 10 a.m. in about 14 minutes here, guys. Still no movement. Getting a little worried. Maybe 10:30. Maybe right now. Maybe 10:15. Maybe right now. Looks like it's starting to glitch a little bit. Hey, we are at 69 likes. Almost at 100. Okay. Spreads are pretty good here. Let's see. Can this make a lunge? Down below 5.4. What's that cookie? Oh, that one? Let's see, what is this? My bad. We got some nice volume here. Or about to get some nice volume here. Might be 100 pip pop here. Spreads are pretty good. Very, very good. I don't want to jump the gun early because I don't know from here if we'll actually make it way down. But you can start with volume. Right, so we can get that volume coming in. Push it down right here. Towards 5.4 or 50. Re-break 50. Pull back one more time to re-break that low. Should be continuations here. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Some volume coming in right now. And then you might not even get a pullback, right? You might just like make your way down and just continue pushing down. That'll be fine too. Because 45, what was it? 45, what was that target? 45, 44.89. If it comes straight down today without giving us any entries, we can also still get wick entry buys. I think this range is pretty doable though. It'll be like 290 if it comes down. So there'll be some ranges and lots of opportunities. I think it's just this though. You see it's going left across. I think that's all that you gotta worry about. Once you can break below there and hold that area, it should be pretty straightforward. So from like here to here, right? Below that blue zone should be continuations. So that's gonna be below this wick. So if you can hold below 45, 49, the rest of the range should be pretty straightforward. You have some nice advantage points too. Could this be? Could this be the push? Could this be the push? Let's see, you gotta move 83 pips here, so I think this is the third time, fourth time coming down. That's not too much, 28 pips. What do we have this morning? That's what happened at 6. How did we go from, chat, how did we go from 69 likes to 68 likes? Who unliked the stream? What the fuck? I've never seen that before. Who took away their like? Yo, mad cheap. I'm gonna start charging for questions. From now on, the streams will have a black screen and it's gonna be a bunch of text and it says, ask a question about the charts, $5 donation. Shit. Might gotta start moving like that. You want a trade idea? $100 donation. Ooh, we got 10. I swear I can drink like 5 cups of coffee and not feel a thing. Like I really don't think this coffee is hidden since I switched it up. I might go back to espressos. Like I just finished the whole thing of coffee. Like this whole entire thing is done. I don't feel a thing. You see my question? Oh yeah, I answered it. Same stops. It was the same stops, man. But yeah, same stops. as the wick entry sell. So 900 pips. If it was a wick entry, it would be 1600. Shout out to the people that raw dog the morning with no coffee, no none. Shout out to y'all. Y'all stay strong out there. I don't know how you guys do that. Anyone here like drink nothing in the morning, just water? My tolerance is cooked for sure. Like I just be, I don't know. I used to drink that energy drink in the morning too. Coconut coffee? No, I'd never tried that. That don't sound too good for my stomach in the morning. Three monsters a day in the morning vape. Yeah, you're cooked. Three monsters a day in the morning is crazy. How you still alive? Yeah, I try to wait an hour. 2 hours would be like, I wake up at 7, so 2 hours would be 9. I think 8, I'll be alright. Flavored tea? Yeah, I have to stop flavored, anything that says flavored. Like I used to drink flavored bubbly. Right to the Perrier. Can we please get something, man? Damn. Oh, you been hitting the nicotine vapes? I'm sorry to tell you, Cookie. I don't think the Leafs are gonna win anything, man. I don't think the Leafs are gonna win anything until Fryer wins something. I think we're on the same journey here. Lemon eggs. Can we get a push here? Let's get this 100 pip pop down. Come on, is this the one? This gotta be the one. This is the third time you're coming down. So, could this be? This is not too bad, right, chat? This one. This is pretty decent. What do y'all think? Pretty calm. This playlist. Well, this is looking crappy. Yeah, man, we just watching, honestly. At least we didn't waste any energy looking for trade ideas today. So, oh, could this be it? Could this be it? This might be the one. Come on. Come on, gold. Damn. What did you ask? Why did I turn around? No, I just fixed some. Could this be it, guys? This might be the one. This might be the one. So maybe we can get a push down here and then pull back, hold, and continuation for us to get some sell opportunities. If it's not the wick entry sells, it looks like we're still holding fine on the 30, on the 1, not the 30, the 1. So if this is a lower high, you should be able to break the lows and then be able to pull back and not flip, because if this is a lower high, right, another lower high added to that won't be a problem. If it is a problem, then you won't get another lower high. You just get a flip on the 1 hour time frame. So that's why it's important to wait for that pullback to occur first. But before that pullback, you need a pop here. So maybe you can get a pop right here. Nope. Damn. remember about the 15 leg and the 1 hour leg lower? The 15 leg, yeah. The 15 leg is there, yep. And the 1 hour leg lower, yep. That takes you down towards yeah, all the way towards 89. Yep, so that'll help the ideas out too. Could this be it? You broke the lows there. I don't know if you broke the previous low, but you came down to the same level. All right, so you still got like 50 pips to go. You want to clear the entire blue zone out, not just a line. Just draw the whole thing out. Just be cautious on the first breakout here, okay, guys? Because this could be the first breakout, so it can still be a lower high or a higher low to come right back up. So just be cautious when you do break the lows. Wait for the pullback, very key, and then the continuations are gonna be very nice. All right, so pushing through. Can you break outside? Can you at least break this wick at 5-1 here? That's what you want to see break. All right, this right here. This right here. Here, right here. So you want to see that break. If that can break, then next up is the pullback. And then next up will be continuation. What are stops in the beam? Maybe we could move it down actually. If we get continuations here, we could use maybe 47.14. As long as it's above 46.89, yeah, so it could be like 1700 pips instead, which is the same as the wick entry sells. It'll be 47.15. Let's do blue. I'm like, what's that sound? Smart from the say what's up. What are you looking for? I'm looking to see if we can break out this range. So whether we can break below 48 or come up towards 86, 91 for wick entry selves, looking to see if we can break out. Really, that's all that we're kind of waiting for here. So we want to see it break out this blue zone. Just need volume, right? That's like first key here. We might get a wick entry sell if this pops up here. Let's delete this though. We can delete this now. $230 pips. Chat, how many trades did y'all get today? Don Wick saw 96. I don't know where you got 96 from. I got 86 and then 91. Those are my next areas for wick entry cells if it comes up without structure. Zero. Chat, how many trades did y'all get last week? Seven trades. 2, 1. Back to range. Well, we never broke out in the first place, right? Came close. Oh man. I think we'll give it till like 10:45 probably. 10:45, 11. See if we can do anything crazy, anything spectacular. I don't know. The last time we had volume today was 6 a.m. So I don't think we were like. I think it's been some time. It's been like 3 hours, 4 hours. So I think that's enough time for a break. Should be able to move before 11. I was assuming at like 8 you'll get something, right? 2-hour break. I'm on roids. Why would I be on roids? And now entry where out there I can just like wake up and look at the charts and you'd be like, yup, entry right here. That's chat. It's not, I can't do that, man. You can't just ask like entry where when I explained where I'm looking for my entries. Like I don't think I'm like, I don't think it's clear enough to you guys that whatever plan that I have is what I'll say, and whatever that doesn't happen, that's not part of my plan, is like none of my business. So until it actually does that, that's my move, right? Otherwise it's just like me just sitting through these pips. Like there's literally nothing from here until we get wick entry cells or until we get continuations. There's literally nothing. Like in my mind, nothing, right? Because that's not part of my plan. So you can't just be like entry where. It's like, I told you entry where, you know, wick entry cells or continuation day. But has that happened? No, right? And that could change throughout the session, but I haven't announced any new ideas yet, because we can get buy ideas too. We haven't had any yet, but I would say once you break structure, buy ideas become more valid. But that's what trading is. It's like you gotta let the trades come to you. You can't just come to the charts. You can't come and chase the charts. Be like, oh, you know, like, oh, price is doing that, let me get in here. Like, nah, it's like, did price print what you wanted to print? Did price print what you were looking for? Or did you have to like chase the charts down to get a trade? And that's just FOMO. We're pushing up here nicely here. So this is 170 pips away from that area. Maybe before 11 we'll get something though. Still got a little bit of time here, so it's gotta be a bit more patient, right? Just a little longer. You've been patient all morning. No need to ruin it now. No need to just say fuck it. I'm tired of waiting today. I'm just gonna take a trade. Because then guess what? You wasted your entire morning waiting for a trade when you could have just been not waiting and got a trade from the jump then, if that was your mindset, right? So you don't want to waste your morning. Thanks, Rob. W. Rob. Yeah, don't mind them, Rob. Don't mind XYZ and Penzo. Sometimes when they be chatting, I just be flying across my screen. I don't even know what they be saying. That's all good. Don't mind them. Millie done right. Yes, sir. Done right this time. A million beyond. Who's gonna be part of this journey this time? Well, you guys are all part of the journey right now, really. Everyone's part of the journey. Who knows how long it's gonna take though? Could take 8 years, could take 4, could take 3, could take 2. Well, we got some volume here though. Yeah, it's flying, it's flying. Is it possible to move for a long entry? I think long for me is a little bit higher. I think it's a little too early to say right now for me. I think long more so above like at least 46.29. You know, so it's a little further up because I need that structure. I need to break through all of this. Otherwise, I think anything above can still be wick entries, which we might have here, guys. We could have a wick entry sell here. 45.91, 45.86 between those areas. I'm thinking like right here, probably 45.87. You gotta move at least another like 110 pips though. Straight up with no corrections on the way up, with no pullbacks, because the more pullbacks you have means the more structure. The more structure means you are gonna likely exceed that zone. So then therefore the wick entry sell will be a little more invalid at that area, right? So you want to see it one constant pop up like it is right now. That'd be perfect. So get ready. Could be on this push here. I think 0.07. I think it stops for 1700 pips. So, right, I think we're looking at yeah, I think we're looking at around here. 16. Actually, maybe we can use this. 1500. 0.07 seems about right. One more pop though. Can we get it? Right here, 8757. Almost there. Get ready, guys. Could be right here. Could be a little earlier too. Just wait for this next pop. Wick entry sells, right? So, and then I think BE would be like roughly around here. So around there, and trail stops to be right below. Right? So BE would be around here, which I think would be 28 pips, and trail stops right below. And TP, I think we can only come down probably to, I think we can try attempt that. It's like a 6 pip TP. So don't mind these zones going up, right? They're just minor zones for our management areas. If we can just push through, where'd you get a pullback from here? 82. Let's see how far this pulls back. If this exceeds this low, then we may have to move it up towards 91 instead. If it just flips bearish here and comes down, the good thing is that you have volume, right? So you broke out this range. So this can be liquidity still. This can be like a lower high. So if you do end up coming back into the ranges, I think earlier we are looking for sells below 47, right? Maybe there can be a head start into the blue range if you do make your way down. So maybe we can get below 49, because then if you're making a new high, all you gotta do really is move that zone higher up, right? So earlier when we were like here, we're looking for sells here. Wait, how did I draw this out? Earlier when we were here, we're looking for sells here below 50, right? Now that we made a new high, just move it up towards new high, and look, it goes right below the blue zone. So we can move that zone for sells a lot higher up because you're making a steeper lower high, right? So that could be good for later. But I think off of the wick entry sells here, I think we are going to move this up. So it won't be 87. How far is 87? 87 is 49 pips. Yeah, we'll move it up. Let me just close this real quick. So we'll move this up towards 91, which is up here, which means the BE and trust stop zones will be a little different as well. All right, just because you're pulling back here. So this pullback can lead to anything. Could be a lower high to come down. This could be a higher low to continue up. You don't have direction yet. So don't get this confused with direction. You're still on the first breakout outside this range, which is the liquidity part, right? So next up comes direction. What's up, Wicked? Chat, how many trades y'all at today? How many trades y'all deep in right now? I know there's a bunch of fake outs happening and stuff. I think somewhere in my past life, I think I would have taken this wick, this fake out here probably. The thing is, I don't know if it's a fake out. Because to be a higher low, right? But if you could, if you think about it, if you can clear this entire range, it's like what, for what? Why would you do that? There's no reason to. If you do that, the ideas could be right here, back into the range. Then now you're like, you'll be correcting this entire move that came up, and that could be your lower high. And all you really gotta do below the blue zone now is make your way down, pull back, and then re-break, right? And then that pullback and re-break is gonna be your continuation. Oh, re-breaking the highs. 91 is the zone now, right guys? So it's not going to be the A7 wick entry sell, because you did get a pullback here for a higher low, right? So preferably want to use a much higher point now, which is the original 91 zone. If you get another pullback, then you're gonna have to move that up. I think once it breaks above that threw me off. I think above 91 you're gonna have what's next there, 4606 and so forth. I think this is also very important too, but you have two higher lows here, right? So this is a start of continuation up. It looks a lot better now, right? Higher lows here and higher lows here. What time is it? 10:30. 30-minute opening, close respecting. So let's see where this takes us. Let's see where this takes us. Chat, can we get to you think we can get to 100? I think we're 12 likes away. You know what, man? I can't read chat like this, guys. I'm gonna have to remove your things. Just slowly disappears. Did that work? No, it didn't even work. It doesn't even disappear. You went sell 45.75. All right, let's get a push for you then. What's up, Bark? Let's see. If you break the highs, something tells me this might gotta be moved because you got too many higher lows going up here. What's next? 4605.95 is your next zone. So then 4605, that's really far though. Let's see, could we get continuations up earlier? I would like to see this get cleared, because this is your first breakout, right? Outside this range, first breakout, and then you came back into the range, you made a higher low right here. So then now it becomes like, okay, are you gonna come back up to re-break the highs and get a pop towards like 45.85? And then get a push. So then could you get continuations of buys? So it could be a thing. That could be a thing. Anyway, I think we only have like 20 minutes left. So we'll give it to 11, I think. Just because you broke out, right? It's too early to tell. Well, yeah, that's why we're waiting for this to re-break the lows again, right? Like, there's no reason as to why it should re-break the lows again. If it doesn't drive down, if it re-breaks the lows again and comes back up, then that's more higher lows. What do you think of the story the 4 hour has printed? 4 hour of the story of the 4? I think I mean, yeah, look at it, right? It's like, I think so far you had opening, I think you came down first, right? For bottom wick, you had no top wick, and then you came back up, and then you had this, and now you come back up again. So there's a bit more of structure now forming. So this range to fill is a lot better than what it was earlier, right? That was the movement, right? I think it goes right around here. Yeah, so first thing it did was down for a bottom wick, then back up. I mean, you can see it, right? You can trace on the minute too. You can see like it's like this. So it's not too bad right now. I think you need one more higher low or some, or you need a pop and then a higher low. Doesn't matter, but you need another higher low though. And then once that's set, it could be something. You're just looking for ways to avoid how this can be a fake out, right? So any like higher lows shouldn't happen, but if they form, should be like enough to give you a continuation up here. $45.82 would be TP. I'll be right there. You are right there. Spreads are pretty good here too. You can also, if you look at it in the 4-hour time frame, like structure as a whole too. So this is already coming down here. You can also be creating a, it doesn't need to necessarily come down first or anything, because you can also come up first, right? Like you can also still get a top wick within this range here for an actual fake on the higher time frame to actually come down, right? Like you need that to break. The question becomes like, is it gonna break out first or break down first? Maybe this zone is a little lower, right? Like which one is gonna break first? But you want to see it break out the yellow zone on this time frame, and a daily, same thing, right? That's when you get volume, and then after that, that's your liquidity. But we just don't know if it's gonna make its way down or break the lows first or make its way up, right? So direction is gonna be an issue until that actually occurs. But if it comes up to the top of the range, that doesn't really give you direction, right? But it doesn't change anything, but it's very still doable, right? It doesn't require much basically on a higher time frame. Like it won't make a difference because it's still within the same ranges. The difference becomes like once you start breaking out of here or once you start breaking below here, right? And then that's what's going to decide whether you have like fake outs or liquidity set already to continue. So it's like, it's still a battle between, it's in the range, so it's obviously gonna be a battle between higher lows or lower highs. No, pencil didn't get banned. I was trying to see, I gave him a timeout. I was trying to see if it could if he'll if the message will delete. Okay, coming back into the range here. So look, there's no reason as to why it should be doing this for the higher low, especially if you can break below here. And when I mean no reason, I don't mean like it's impossible. I just mean like, what's the purpose behind it, right? So if it's not what generically it should be, like a fake out, and then let's say it comes back up to re-break these highs, you can start looking for buys. Because then what you're doing here is you're just making more structure, right? Like coming down just to come back up. That's like more higher lows backed up by this. And then it just becomes stronger each time you get another like higher low. and then below the blue zone, right? So I think now we're a little more set up than earlier, because now there's actually more ideas for the buys as well as ideas for the sells, like we originally had. So it's just a matter of we can rip through here below the blue zone or rip back up. Once you maybe like a steeper below, you can push down for another 60. That'd be nice. Maybe something before 11. Maybe. Let's see. Is this gonna clear the blue zone? Or is this gonna, because it's also 30-minute flip, right? 30-minute flips could take you all the way down, or it could take you down, flip. I think in the past we'll have a sell stop there, right? But then if it re-breaks the highs, and that's your continuation, so like you're like right there. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow's ISM. ISM tomorrow at 10 a.m. chat. 10 a.m. Joel's job openings at 10 too. Wednesday, you got ADP non-farm employment change. And then Thursday, you got unemployment claims. Friday is the big NFP. Oh, 1 second. All right, we broke the lows now. Let's see. Is it gonna reflip? 30-minute reflip bearish, right? So is it gonna reflip bullish, or are we gonna take away below the blue zone here? Looks like we're about to find out. I think still a lot more volume on the way up, right? But that could also change. How long did it take to come up? This took 11 candles, so anything less than, if you correct, would be nice. Otherwise, if you come up, anything less than 9 would be good too.
Music itself, you know, the feeling of it, the sound of it.
I just took a sell. Is it a bad area to sell since it could flip bullish? Where you took on a flip? I wouldn't say bad, but I think it's still a bit directionless in this range. Like I'm avoiding this range because I'm not too sure what's gonna happen in it. So I don't know. I want to see if it can just clear this range out first for me to get ideas, right? So below the blue zone, or like, oh my bad, this is a little higher. This is the yellow zone that we want to avoid. So then above here or below here is when I'll have a much better confirmation. And that's where our entries are looking at. But here I'm unsure of. You couldn't come down, you can still flip, right? I'm not too sure. When are you gonna enter, bro? When what I was, fuck man. Soon, man, soon. Soon. Maybe before 11. Gold starting to move for real now, yeah. Let's see. Spreads are pretty nice. And if you should choppy, sometimes you might not move into NFP. Sometimes you could be priced in before NFP. So yeah, still early to tell though. You can still get a lot of movement, right, leading up to Friday. He says CDE hitting too much ice hockey. Let's see. Is it gonna correct now? If this corrects, then like again, like there was no reason as to why you should have came down, right? Like this should continue to go down, but for some reason it corrects it. Above those highs are gonna be your buys. And then if it comes down from here, this is now like your lower high too. So that's more information as well on the way down. But I think no matter where it goes now, it's going to be some good info. Oof, yeah. There might close level, see in 7. Yeah, let's see. If it does, man. If it does and you get a bottom wick first, maybe we'll have an earlier entry. Alright, let's say you get a bottom wick next. And then you flip. It's like that flip right there could be your idea. So now you have a steeper higher low. Let's see. Re-breaking. Starting to move a little more wonky here. Can we push through this range here, guys? 170 pips. Yeah, 4 minutes for a 30 closure. So pay attention to that leg candle as well. Could be something. Three minutes left. So you're kind of in the middle right now, right? It's like 180 from re-breaking 190, and then 140 from re-breaking at lows, right? But basically within the middle of those areas. So hopefully you'll just range here. If you range here, then it might be GG's. Might be a day. Third leg. Let's see. 2 minutes. So I think you see how it kind of adds up now. Like why we will wait for like the higher lows to form here. Like if it were to come down even, I don't think it's gonna be like a first break, right? It will probably wait for price to pull back, because that gives you an idea too of like, oh, 30-minute closes leg candle. Let's say next one opens up down first. That can still flip bullish. So then how to avoid it flipping bullish, or how would you know if it's gonna flip bullish or not? You wouldn't know, but if you come down first like this, right? Next candle opens up, pushes down, and then now you have a lower high. All right, let's say this pushes down, then you have a lower high. Like that lower high should be the one that flips you back up if it's a 30-minute lay. But now let's say it re-breaks the lows now, right? That's your lower high. That now has a higher chance to continue down. So then that will give you an idea for that pullback. Will give you an idea that this leg candle will likely not be filled yet. And then if it comes back down again, that's your sell, right? That takes you down towards these zones down here. 45.31, and then eventually 44.89, all that. So 30-minute close, yeah, I think you can still treat it as a leg candle. A little stronger though on the close. So maybe we can get a break below 49 here and then a pullback, right? Once you get that pullback, even if this is no top wick, you'll like that pullback should give you that top wick. So very key to wait for that. And then if that re-breaks, then we got some continuations here, right? And if we do get continuations here, what would the stops be? I think we said earlier, I think it was around here, right? 1800 pips. So I think that's a 0.05 lot for me. Right? But you want to see this blue zone get cleared, most importantly. Because if it's a leg candle, right, opened up bottom wick first, this can still come right back up. And if it does, you got buys above that area. So both, just pay attention to both sides of it. Both ends are very important now. You said 1 minute leg candle. True. True. Oh, I didn't realize, but the 1 hour is also a leg candle as well. Did you guys see that? 1 hour is also a leg candle too. Oh, Reggie said that. Yep. Let's see. Chat. If this comes up above 82, man, be prepared. There's no reason to, but if it does. This sounds like a banger. For the huge dip at 620. A rejection wick formed, but what is that rejecting off of? A rejection wick formed for the huge dip at 620. This one, 620 a.m. you mean? Or 620 price? Like the move down at 6 a.m. Oh, the move down at 6 a.m. Yeah, you were asking what? Rejection wick form, but what was rejection off of? Honestly, I don't think there's like any breaks out. So you had a rejection up here, which was I think on Friday, right? Friday leading up to Sunday. I think it was just like in the range. It's just fucking around the range, and it's gonna do that until it decides to break out. And then when it does break out again, it can go like this, fake back up, right? It could go like this, fake back down. But I don't think you have direction yet until that actually happens. You can go like this, right? Or go above, hold. But I think that's when you're gonna get, like if you're asking what was it based off of, I think it's just based off a range. And this can maybe be a lower high too, if you continue to fall below here. right? Because I don't think these moves here are gonna have any significant row on like direction, just because it's like overall just stuck in that higher time frame range. So small time frame, yeah, but like higher time frame, I think you're just moving between the ranges. You're not gonna try to fight this. We're gonna see you in the next one. See you, man. Yeah, we're gonna probably start placing a session stop loss soon here, guys, and then see what's up. Volume is, I think the best has been since 8 AM, I think, since we hopped on today. So if it ain't these moves, then I'll be calling it a day too. Oh yeah, 6 AM there was also news too. Yeah, there was also news as well, if you look at it from that standpoint. All right, can you clear this blue range here? All right, you've been just hovering here. Yeah, see why I extended the blue rectangle, right? Sometimes it's better to just draw like the entire range you want to see break out instead of just like a line. The entire area. Did you get your timer over? I think it was only like 30 minutes. Nah, I was supposed to give you a 30-second one, but it was 30 minutes, so then I couldn't reduce it. And you said, can we get some? See, man, the quicker it clears the blue range, the better. But remember, higher low, right? You want to see it break the lows, and then you want to see a low, not higher low. You want to see a pullback after you break below the blue zone. Do you trade ICT? Maybe in some form, but I don't know. Whatever you see. If you tune in, start paying attention. I don't know. I think all strategies come back to being the same. How do you sustain yourself with 2K trading account? I mean, what makes you think I sustain myself with 2K trading account? How would I? You see. All right. That's what I'm asking. Well, how would I? What's up, Jay? What's up, Addy? Hey, we're gonna break out here or what? It's like it came down very slow. I think it took a lot. It was a bit quicker on the way up. 13 candles here. This took like maybe 25, so maybe double the time. Doesn't play a significant role, but you know, when it comes to volume, you can still tell that the move up was a lot sharper today. So we'll find out if this can break through the blue zone. Something tells me this could be a fake out. So very important to wait for the pullback once you break below the blue line or the blue area. You have a wick fill on the 4, right? But you also have some support coming down too. Yo, chat, 1111, make a wish. All right, fine. I'll make the wish come true. Maybe we'll get a trade. Let's see. Why does the zone disappear when I go to the minute? Oh, there it is. You're buying from 4557 with stop loss for 537. You're fucked. No, 5737. Yeah, these are some rejection zones here. If you get a rejection, I think just mark up your BE zones and your trail stop zones, and you should be good. Yeah, there are some reaction zones there. I can't really tell you if it's a good or bad trade because I have nothing in this area, so I don't have any idea. I don't know if it's gonna reject here. I don't know if it's gonna come pull through here. I have ideas for if it pulls through. I do have ideas for if it rejects though, right? So I can't really give you a real answer. But just trust your analysis, trust your trades. Chat, we're breaking through the blue zone here. Let's see if we could pop below. If you want to see a pop below, then you want to see a pullback. Right now, pullback will tell you a lot of information because this is considered to be the first breakout below the range. So if it doesn't pull back, it can still be a fake out up like this. And if it does do that, buys above here will be valid. All right, so you want to see it pull back because then if it pulls back and re-breaks, below here can be continuations down. But pay attention to the volume too, right? You want to see it start glitching through. All right, cool. So I want to see if it could break below 4.2 here. That's your next zone, like next minor support. If it can come down towards there, then pull back, the re-break below wherever the low is would be nice. But you want to see an actual breakout here. Fitting close. So if you get it below 42, what were our stops again? It was 1900. It's not too bad. I think 0.05 though, if you get something. So you got a pop below, almost tap forward too. You got the pullback now, so let's see. Is it gonna re-break, or is this gonna be one big fake out? If it's a fake out, I think buys could be above 7.7. 4577 will be the nice move. And the faster you come up, the better it'll be too, right? Because then that's like really directional. Because it took a long time to come down. Remember? When it came up, here was a lot faster. Took 13 counts. When it came down, it took 25. So directional wise, like how strong volume is, so far it's still a lot heavier in the way up. So if you start seeing that this corrects it within like a 1-2 pop, all right, that's a very key indication. 1 hour leg handle fill too, so let's see. How you draw the blue zone? It's just support. Like I just drew it off of, like you see these wicks here. I just drew it to the bottom of the areas. So it's just like it's not really like too significant. It's just more of like a zone where that you want to just watch play out. So that's what I base it off of. And if you can clear it and you can pull back and re-break, then that will tell you that okay, there's a very high chance you get a continuation to follow through. If you get a rejection afterwards, then this whole range gets corrected and then you start heading back up. But it wasn't like a sell below a zone or anything, right? It's more of just wait and see. Oh, nice. Flipping bearish again. So lower high, right? You couldn't tap into 4-2. That's fine. Maybe the second re-break lows could do it. I think if it does do it again, we'll wait for a second re-break. So basically, if you come down, pull back, second re-break. So more likely below like 38 and such. Below 42 though. All right, so this is the flip. So this should take you down. It should. In price action terms. I think a little too early for wick entry sells though. Like continuation, I think that's more so below 44.89. But there's a possibility 44.89 guys could still be a thing today. Let's see, can you get a push here? Push through, one more small pullback, and then the re-break out lows, okay? So we're close. It was able to push to the blue zone. It was able to pull back some more lower highs. This is the second time re-breaking. And with one more small lower high, once you push through, and then you can get in. What was the leg candle again, Penzo? 15? Oh yeah, 15. And then 1 hour time frame. So you can probably look to target chat 45.13, which is I think 260. We'll try to attempt the runner. All right, pushing through, pull back. Okay, so re-break this low. Okay, guys, get ready. All right, market execute sells right there as you re-broke the lows. TP will attempt it right here. BEs will be like, I think on the re-break of this low, and then we just trail stops. So trail stops. Trail stops. Trail stops. Can you break this? Break this and you might get a runner. No runner. All right, we'll take that one. So yeah, that was it. Just a re-breakout lows. One of the few things we planned from the morning, right? So just below the blue zone, wait for a pullback. Since it didn't tap 4-2, we had to wait for another break, and then a pullback, and then a re-breakout lows, and that was the entry. 50 pips on that pop. Literally nothing different from what we said this morning, right? We had 2 ideas today, or I think 3. Wick entry sells, continuation down, or continuations back up. So it was up to price on what I wanted to print. And I think the volume came a little late, but you can see how much stronger that directional move was, right? So not bad. 24.95. That's a pretty decent position for a 0.05 lot. What percent did we make there? Let's see. What did we get there? Leg candle. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we did 25.95. So that is going to be, drum roll, please, 1%. Start the week off, start the month off, man. Good shit. Good shit today. If you had bigger lots, obviously, you know, your risk is different, but that's what I risked today because stops are kind of big today. Like 1900 pips there on that stop. And then you have range all the way down to 44.89 today, right? Like I think what we drew up earlier, come back. I don't know if I'm tripping, but I think it was, what time frame is it? Where is the invisible candle today? Was it the daily? There was an invisible candle we drew out. I forgot where it was. I think it was maybe a small time frame. I don't know. But yeah, what you guys got there, man? On that push. Hey, Divisol 2, if it was too fast for you, man, go to nyse.com. And there will be no delay when you follow the trades on stream here. No delay, and you get the direct signal sent to your channel, which then you can just probably set up a system just to copy right into your account if you want. But I mean, you gotta make that own bot. But if you want no delay, DVSO 1 or DVSO 2 if you want to learn how we caught that move. But I think today is just like starting the session off and having the ideas set and then just waiting for it, right? Like there was no time wasted on any other ideas today, just right to the point. And sometimes that could take longer, but you're not looking to chase the markets, right? You want the markets to come to you. And that's what the markets did today. It just came to us, came directly to us. And we got very similar trades to same zone as the one on Wednesday, I think, last Wednesday. What a 60 pips, 1%. Okay. I got 6-7 pips. No way. 0.98%. Sheesh. No way you got 6-7 pips. How do you create your own journal? You can just copy mine. Go on journal and make your own copy, and you just use the same template to edit your own trades. It's very straightforward. Then there's instructions as well, but just do exclamation point journal. Chat, I'm gonna journal this out. Maybe there might be another trade. We'll see. I'm not gonna call it a day just yet. I'm gonna journal it out. I'm gonna come back, and then I'm gonna journal it out, and we'll see what's up. We'll see if we can get more volume or whatsoever, more continuations. I think you got a lot of range though. I think down to 89 is like what you're looking at, 4489. But first month of May, so cheers to that. First trade of May. May the 4th be with you. 2026. That was a pretty late trade. $11.19. No, it's pretty late. Gold buys is what? I think bearish buys today was what we had. That was just Was that a lecandle fill? I think lecandle fill slash is breakout, to be honest. I mean, you look at it from the 4, you can see onion. I'm just gonna say, I think breakout slash lead, but I'm just gonna put breakout. I think that's pretty straightforward. In the 1, current higher low, 4-hour time frame stops, 1-hour time frame TP, that's large point resistance, BE, yes, minute, 1-hour time frame. What else do we use there? We used a 1 hour for how do we get 89 today? I think the 4 as well, down towards these areas. Yeah, I'll put the 1, I'll put the 4. I think that's it. And then just continuation or a range fill you can put on the 1 hour. Win 0.05. Right, so some days we get runners, some days we don't. Last trade we only got 14 pips. This trade we got 50. So that's up to price, right? 24.95 pips. 49.9. Drawdown. Was there drawdown? I think a little bit. 17 pips, right? $17 pip drawdown. We peaked at, I think, 73 pips. Wow, I didn't even see that. 73. And then trail stop loss hit. Minute. Trail stop loss hit for 49.9. Yeah, I think I had one more zone, I think. So if it were to actually re-break that other white line we had there, then that would have been the stronger push, which would have been the next trail stop zone. All right, cool. Oh yeah, last journal. Let me do this real quick. Compound, that's all done. So 1%, set the month off. Let's go to here. Yo, I panicked. How do you guys set trend stops? PC, you can just drag it. It's easier on PC than mobile. Mobile is kind of like, kind of tougher. But you just set your stop loss and you just drag it down. That's what I do. I just put my stop loss above and I just drag it back down, and then I can move stops to BE. If you have like a device, you can just press BE like a hotkey. You can set it up too, but I don't have that set up. Okay, 11.19. New York gold sells. Breakout. Current higher low on the 1. Full 49.9. So that rounds up. Cool. Not bad. Very good. Pretty good start to the month. Chat, let's see what else we got here. I think this can still be a correction. So if it's a correction, I think we're gonna call it a day though. But he came down. I deleted my zones. I don't know why here, but I think we had 8 and 9 next. 8 and 9's around here. So yeah, let's see. This can still be a fake out. If it is, then above 45.76, right? Above there should be GG's. There's continuation if you're able to correct this entire move. This is also the first pullback, so I think if this was a bit more directional, this would be a good wick entry sell zone. But it's not bearish enough yet for that. Bearish enough would probably mean breaking on this range here, right? If it's like actually below, wick entry sells on the first initial pullback up would be nice. But this can still be corrected, right? It's just in the middle of the range. We withdraw once a month, so I actually gotta make my April withdrawal still. So I think it's a $4 withdrawal, basically 30% of my profits from last month, which was $40 in this account. So I gotta make that withdrawal. And then we'll be at, I think, the 770 mark for withdrawals since the account started. So slowly, gonna catch up to the deposits. How many seconds delay? The stream, I don't know. I think 1 second maybe. Chat, that trade wasn't too bad, right? It was 27 seconds, that trade. I don't think the delay is 27 seconds. I think if you watch the stream with like less than 4 second delay, you would be able to get in. Thanks for a good trade today. See them out. Yep. Oh, let me put trades taken here. I gotta eat this up too. I keep forgetting. Plus 1 point, what percent? 1.05%. Cool. Oh, book entry sells would have been fine. 68 pip rejection. Because that's your higher low now, right? So yeah, that was a bit more bearish. That would have been a good entry. W patience today, chat. I think W patience today, man. I think very well worth it. You know, sometimes you're waiting like 3 hours for like a 30-second trade. But hey, at least it was a decent runner. It's pretty good. I thought the shortcut button. No, I was just prepared, like, because I had like those BE zones. So just the moment it taps it, I don't even think about it. It's just like I gotta move fast with it. It's also just a little bit of practice too, right? Just managing all the time. Speaking about management, did these other accounts close off as well here? This one did. This one definitely did. And this one did too. Very nice. Very nice. All right. Chat. Let's see what else happens here. I'll give it another 5 minutes. Okay? If you have any questions about that trade, let me know. I'm here to answer any questions or concerns. I got 6, 7. Oh, no way. You sure you didn't fake that one? Wait, how'd you get the pip count like that? Where'd you go to get that? That pip count? I've never seen that. Oh, you can just click on it and it shows the pip count? I never knew that. Damn. I never knew that. I didn't know you can click on it and just it shows the pip count. It shows how much you made. You've been doing this way longer than me? I did not know that. That was the same as your morning analysis? Yeah. Yeah, pretty sure. It would have been nice if we had the wick entry. That was also more analysis too, but that was maybe like, I think 30, wait. I think, how far was the wick entry buys, sells from earlier? I think this one might have been 90 pips away. So we had a wick entry sells to take to I don't think we would have held this long just as a pullback to continue up or higher low, just like the next part of the cycle. And it was right here. So we were like 90 pips away from that earlier. That also would have been nice too. I think that would have given you minimum, like, I don't know, if we trailed maybe a lot more in this one. But I think TP was only going to be like right here for 120 or something. But yeah, that was close as well. That was one of the ideas. But the only idea that we didn't have was anything in between, right? That was like where we were trying to stay out of. First breakout above, sure. And then breakout below, sure. So anything that broke the cycle. Because if you're in the same cycle, you know how like when you're in a range, people are like, oh, why don't you just like scalp the ranges, like buy at the support, sell at the resistance? It's like, why don't you just wait for a breakout? Wait for something that's like, wait for something significantly different from what's been happening, because that's when you know you'll have volume and direction, right? So it's a lot easier to read. You would think that, oh, if it's just in the range, when you just sell at resistance, buy support, high chance you would just continue doing that and you can just scalp that all day. But it's like you never know when you're about to break out, right? But when you break out, at least you know that, okay, this breakout now can lead to a fake out, this breakout can lead to continuations up, and you're much more set that way. But look, still, right? I think you're still in the 4-hour ranges too now. Like, this is still a thing. So who knows? We might not even break out today. We'll see. Session came in very late. But if we don't get another trade today, chat, tomorrow is going to be Tuesday. And tomorrow we'll be here in the morning at 8 a.m. East. ISM services PMI at 10 a.m. Joe's job openings as well. New home sales. Yeah, you got a lot of like mediocre folders tomorrow. Maybe ISM could be something. I think it's a hit or miss. But that's a little later in the day too, right at 10. And then Friday, big NFP. Can't tell you the idea of opening a trade. Yeah, so just you wanted this range to kind of break out today. I had a blue zone drawn like I think over here. Right? So what I wanted to see break was more importantly 41. That wick right there. Because below there is clean traffic. So I didn't know whether we're gonna come down from here. Even when it came all the way down into the blue zone, that blue zone rejected so many times that I can't tell whether it's gonna reject through or push through or reject up, right? So I wait for that to break to clear. So that's all you gotta know. In the morning, like if you see this range and you're not sure like what's gonna happen, all you gotta do is just relax your mind and tell yourself, I'm gonna wait for this blue zone to break. And then once that breaks, right, I applied a pullback because the first break could lead to a fake out still. This can still be bullish today without breaking these lows, right? When it comes down to fill the blue zone, you're not breaking these lows, you're still here. So that can still be a higher low to go up. So that's why we wait for price to break out and then pull back. Once it did that, the second re-break was our entry. And that's why we wait for that, because then you could avoid the fake out by waiting for that lower high to form. And that's usually what we'll do whenever we get breakouts. Usually we'll apply like a second, like a two-way authentication, just like wait for price to pull back, right? Because that pullback should take you up. But if it takes you up and it comes right back down again, it's like, what was the point of that? It's like, that's our lower high for us to get continuation of range. So yeah, that's where we read the volume from. All right, and also another reason to that lower high too is to get volume, right? Because you need volume to trade. You can't trade when there's no volume. So I think on the way down, it was very slow, right? Like this was very dry. But then once it broke below and it pulled back right here, then I think that's when you picked up. So we just waited for price to re-break the lows again. And that was your volume. I think there was something else too. I think I drew out, I forgot where I drew it up from the morning, but it was also an invisible candle somewhere that we didn't mind being in. But also another thing too, if you look at this as well on this 4-hour time frame, this is the middle of the range. You still haven't tapped anything significant. Like even the buys we took last Wednesday, or the sells here, it's in the same zone. So you could imagine now, okay, if this is a range here, if you were to get a reversal, there's a high chance that you're gonna have to come down and break below here before getting a reversal. It's very rare that a price would reject the middle of nowhere. And this is the middle of nowhere. It's like, it's not really tapping a zone. Your zone is like right here at 44.89. So I think that needs to happen before you get a breakout of here. The thing is, we don't know if we're breaking out. So again, that push down doesn't mean anything because you can still come up, come back down, come back up, come back down. But you need a break here in order to get liquidity to continue down, or break it down to go back up, right? We don't know what's gonna do yet, but the next part of that cycle would be to break out, right? But again, like this push down doesn't have any significant role within these ranges because it's still within the range, which means that I can literally just sit here. It can come back up, do this for the next couple of days, right? Because we don't know if we're getting a breakout down or up first. It's closer to the downside right now, so I'm hoping down because then we can get that move over with, and then the sessions will be a lot more cleaner from here on out. But if it just sits here, then it's like GG's. You know, it might be some days before you get something. That's what I meant earlier too, but like these moves aren't gonna play a huge role, so I can't tell whether you're gonna drive down or not because you're at the end of the day still in the range on a higher time frame. What am I expecting right now? I think just range still until you break out, until you can tap 89 or above here on a higher time frame. So hopefully Asian London could do something for New York tomorrow. That would be perfect. And we don't just sit here. Damn, no way, Penzo. Wow, what a crazy move. All right, chat, I think that's I think we're gonna call it a day here, okay guys? So I'll see y'all tomorrow. If you guys enjoyed the stream, man, hit the like button, sub to the channel. If you guys are new, turn a noti bell. I go live every morning 8 a.m. East here. We've been live back on YouTube for a month now, so I think we're slowly gonna get to the 125. I think this week could be the week where we get 125 subs. So chat, appreciate y'all. See you tomorrow. Go check out the playbook if you haven't on ameast.com. And if you want to be part of Divisol 1, Divisol 2, that is also going to be right here on this site. All right, chat. Peace out. Peace.